Good evening. It's been another day of wild weather with severe humidity and severe storm cells causing havoc across the southeast.
Let's go straight now to Michael Best, who's been following the systems. Michael, which areas have been the worst ones hit?
Well, Darren, these storms cut swathes right across the regions of the southeast. And just 20 minutes ago, here at Sandgate was a storm-swept foreshore. It took families by surprise. They were down here having barbecues, playing around, when suddenly the storm wall began to roll in. They took shelter under a rotunda, but that heavy rain began to blow sideways, quite literally starting to sweep children from their feet. They were taken up in their parents' arms, where they sheltered out the storm. Now, that system alone then went on to roll through the airport, where it recorded a 157 km/h wind gust. Needless to say, the people who are down here at Sandgate won't forget it for a while.
Madness.
Crazy.
Unexpected. Like, we knew there was rain coming, but I think that was
a
tornado.
Pretty good little storm.
Now, the interesting thing about this afternoon was that this wasn't just one big line of storms rolling in from the west through the southeast. This was little pockets of storms that began popping up just after 2 o'clock. There were numerous warnings released by the Weather Bureau, even some severe weather alerts released by emergency services at places like Maryborough and Peel Island and North Stradbroke Island. But the worst hit, well, there was hail at Boondall and Bracken Ridge, also extremely large hailstones further north, just north of Gympie and around Maryborough, where there were reports of between golf ball and tennis ball sized hail. The good news, well, after a couple of days of wild weather, this might be the end of the storms for at least a little while.
The good news is a lot drier air pushing through tomorrow, so a drop in humidity and also a bit of a drop in temperatures as well.
Hopefully it's a much more pleasant time over the next few days. Already the children are out here down playing at Sandgate. Humidity's backed off and the storm seems to have cleared. Darren.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Geez, they moved very fast, didn't they, across Brisbane? Well, there couldn't have been any more violent wind and rain, toppling trees and tearing tin in a tiny town north of Gympie. Residents of Boppel say the force was like a mini tornado.
Barely a blip. But Mother Nature didn't miss Boppel. This tiny town north of Gympie smashed by a freak force.
There was stir, just whirling, whirling.
This gust of breeze came and literally lifted me off my feet as I was going up the stairs.
Yolandi and Mark Bromett watched part of their livelihood disappear.
It's been a shock. It stood the test of time, and obviously Mother Nature had other plans.
They didn't know whether to laugh or cry.
We had no intention for a sunroof.
The roof was scattered over 100 metres by the wind. The power line to the shop was completely brought down.
Their prized macadamia nuts hanging by a thread.
These are physical things. Physical things can always be repaired.
Just to give you an idea of how strong the wind was, the roof from this shed has actually blown across the road over the top of this church and landed in the back paddock about 100 metres away.
Very, very, very lucky that no one was hurt.
The local church answered the call. The divine intervention coming quickly.
We're very fortunate that the town folk helped clean up.
And even as another weather warning loomed,
You can hear it.
it was going to take more than a mini cyclone to break Boppel's heart.
Oh, yes, it will handle, mate. We've just got to work harder tomorrow.
Nat Wallace, 9 News.
From wildlife warriors to storm chasers, there's nothing Robert and Terry Irwin won't give a go. The mother-son duo were out taking pictures of the storm as it ripped through the Sunshine Coast hinterland this afternoon.
When you see the lightning and hear the thunder at the same time, we're going to have to go.
Mother Nature certainly didn't spare them a soaking. No doubt they got some pretty good shots.